Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Cuddyback, America's Best Bowstrings, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, and Realtree.
How many layers I want to wear. Alright, it's the afternoon of January 3rd, and Justin and I are settled in on my farm. We made the trip over today for a quick hunt. I went back and forth all day trying to figure out which stand to hunt. I had a couple different options, and actually while I was up here I thought of a third option that I kind of wish I would have thought of earlier. It'd be more off of food and back in the timber, but you know, when you do that, you give yourself a little bit better chance of deer moving in daylight this time of year. But that's how it goes. Right now we're set up. Justin's actually about 20 yards away from me in a different tree. So we got kind of a cool setup there. I hung this particular stand that I'm in this summer, and I hung it over this little plot that was originally autumn quick plot. And after the flood wiped it away, it's now a big dirt plot. So we're not hunting over any food, but we got beans a couple hundred yards away that I know the deer have been hitting based on my last hunt here, which was Christmas. So the hope is that they transition out of the peninsula and at least walk by this stand on their way out to the beans, because like I said, we're not actually hunting over any food. But I thought this might give me the better opportunity with my bow. The way this path is, the deer kind of come by this stand. So I know Justin has been giving me grief about not bringing the muzzleloader, but I'm sticking with the bow. And just would rather get it done that way. So the number one deer we're targeting is the JJ Marino buck. And I know he's been somewhat using this area, not very regular, but I feel like this spot gives us the best chance at possibly seeing him. So it's nice and early, it's warm, it's low 40s, so not ideal, but you never know. We just getting out any chance we can. So got about 2.5 hours left. I'm excited to see what comes out. It's about 3:30 right now, and we just saw our first deer. It looked like a little doe fawn came running right in between Justin and I. I kind of expected some later movement with these warmer temps, but hopefully it picks up pretty quick. Got about an hour and a half left, and I did decide that I'm going to shoot a doe if I get the opportunity. I have a buddy that wants one, so hopefully we'll at least get a crack at a doe. Well, that's a bummer. I think our wind's starting to drift a little bit. And then there's a possum over here. It's down in the ice that the deer can't see, and they kept looking over there. They could hear it walking towards them, but they couldn't tell what it was. So that combined with, I think they got a little bit of our scent, forced them out of here. So good to see some deer moving. We still got plenty of time left, a good 45 minutes I'd say. So hopefully some more deer work their way out. I just need them to stay in the timber a little bit longer and they'd be in bow range, but they cut out. I don't know, I think probably the closest they got was 60 yards. Hey. Pronto.
Right.
Alright, well we finally got a doe to work in range. It was all night back and forth. They'd come in, they'd go back in the woods. And finally that adult doe came right into 20 yards. I was at full jaw forever waiting for her to turn and not be quartering to me. And she finally did. And when I hit, it sounded really loud. And it looks like the entry's good, but the exit, when she was running away, it looks like it was pretty far back. And I know she wasn't quartering that hard to me, so I'm wondering if I got some type of deflection. But like I said, the entry looked pretty good right behind the shoulder, so we're gonna pack up. We got some more deer working out right now, but we're gonna pack things up, climb down, and see what type of blood we got. Hopefully it's a quick recovery. There's a little drop there. There. She stayed on the road. There's some good blood.
There's some bubbles in that.
Yeah, she can't be too far. There you go. There's a good spray right there. A bunch of blood all the way up here.
I wonder if she like stumbled there. White spot right there.
It could be her. It looks like it, isn't it?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, that's her.
Yep.
You didn't go too far. There's the entry.
What we thought.
Alright, as you can see, we found her. It wasn't too bad. It was a good blood trail, a lot of bubbles in the blood, so I definitely at least got that front side lung. I was a little bit worried when I saw that exit hole, but I hit her right behind the shoulder. It came out a little bit back. whether that was the angle or what happened, I'm not sure, but she didn't go too far, a little over 100 yards, and I'm happy I got second doe this year off of this farm, and my buddy's gonna be happy that I'm bringing one to him tonight. So overall, good night in the stand. We saw a lot of deer. Saw one good buck out in the beans. It's a buck that this is my second encounter this year. I'm not sure if he's mature or not, but he's a good looking buck. And saw some good young up-and-comer bucks and just a lot of deer in general. So overall, solid hunt, good first hunt of 2019, and hopefully I can squeeze one more in before the end of the season.